here in Central Florida, we're tired of watching the draft lottery and seeing where the Magic are, which player they're going to get. So, to bring in Scott Skiles, Scott's been a coach in the league for roughly 13 seasons, hasn't experienced the greatest amount of success, but this is a great opportunity for Coach Skiles to get in here with a good young team and fine-tune them somewhat like Steve Kerr did with the Warriors, and who knows what can happen.
Did you like the Super Mario pick? Because I am so anti taking a Euro guy in the lottery. Did you is it kind of a wait and see type thing?
I gotta say, I like it. I am anti taking a Duke player. So, I mean, if you look at the past 25 years, Duke's been winning a lot of national championships, but they're not developing good NBA basketball players like, say, a Kentucky or other schools. So I'm anti taking a Duke player, and I like the bold move by Rob Hennigan to go after one of the European players.
And look, I want to see Aaron Gordon play. I didn't even see him last year. He looked great in summer ball. Aren't you excited as well to see what Aaron Gordon can do?
Aaron Gordon, he was the fourth player taken in the draft, so we have huge expectations for Aaron Gordon. Last year, unfortunately, he started the season a little banged up. So this year, hopefully, he'll come in healthy. And, we definitely expect big things from Aaron Gordon. If we draft you number 4 in the draft, you better produce.
I think the Elfrid Payton, just steal on draft night, I think it was amazing. He's going to be a solid player for 10 years. I love that pick. I thought he was great his rookie year.
I agree, and this is a great, if you think about it, Mark, this is a great 1-2 punch with Elfrid Payton and Shabazz Napier at backup point guard. Napier is a winner. You can say what you want about him, undersized, whatever the case may be. The reality of the situation is he won 2 national championships at UConn. So to have Payton and Napier as your 2 young point guards, both in their second year, the future is definitely bright at that position.
All right, I've asked this question to many people who watch the Magic night in, night out, cover the team as well. Where does Tobias Harris fit in here? I don't see, if it was up to me, I don't think I would have re-signed him. I think I would have let him walk, but remember, they were trying to give the money to the Atlanta Hawk guy.
Yeah, Millsap,
and then that didn't go through, so they had to give it to someone. And by the way, I would have taken that money. If you know what I mean? If no one would have, I would have taken it. Where does Harris fit in this nucleus? Because I'm confused here.
Well, Harris is going to be the starting small forward on the team. Super Mario obviously isn't ready to become a starter at this point, and they have to get some point production from that particular spot. And one thing about Tobias Harris, he can fill it up in terms of scoring the ball. He averaged 17 points two seasons ago. I don't remember what his average was last year, but he can definitely score the ball.
So okay. We got Vooch down low with the 5, Payton at the 1, Oladipo at the 2, or 3. You can kind of go back and forth. You don't know. You can go 1, 2, or 3. Okay, you're taking Tobias Harris.
Tobias at 3, yes.
And who's at 4?
Aaron Gordon will be the
You'll have him start.
Yes.
And then your guy off the bench, first guy, who do we got? And I know it's a rotation.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's going to have to be determined throughout training camp in the preseason, but I would imagine we'll see a lot of Shabazz Napier off the bench immediately.
Channing Frye, I have to get something out of him.
Channing Frye for $32 million in 4 years. Yeah, we've got to get something out of him. He's got to come off the bench pretty soon, too.
He asked what he was supposed to do last night is give us minutes and hit some outside three-pointers, and he did neither. All right?
No.
He's got to give that to us.
You're right. That didn't happen last year, and he is in a second year of a $32 million deal, so I would expect to see something.
You keep to rub that in, don't you? You really do. I'm telling you, this is a big year. Not just for the organization, the coach, the players. It's a big year for Rob Hennigan. It's put up or shut up time for him as well. He's been here a couple years. They have to show something on the court finally with him. Enough with give me time. He's got to prove something to the fans here.
I completely agree. I think the success or lack of success for Rob Hennigan is going to be tied to this rookie this year, Super Mario. Rob Hennigan came in, he basically got rid of the old and brought in a lot of the new. And I like the moves that he made, and I certainly hope it works out.
Okay. Explain to me, Derrick Rose. Does he have a voodoo doll? What's happening exactly?
Well, I tell you, as the world turns with Derrick Rose, I mean, you hear these statements about him looking forward to free agency in 2017.
That was the day before the injury.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to be sore during meetings and things of that nature when he retires. Really shooting himself in the foot, he really needs to talk about something else when he does talk, and you've got to give the guy a lot of credit, though, Mark, to go through all those injuries and to still be able to get out there on the court and go after it. In a lot of ways, I give him a lot of credit, but I'd like to see him talk about something else when he does talk, though.
They were in Game 6, right? Fourth quarter starts. Cleveland's beating them. This is the conference semifinals. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He's on the stationary bike, and Dellavedova's in jumpers. That's all I needed to know. Where's the heart of a champion, man? Where is it?
Yeah, and you have to have that. If you're going to go into the conference finals or even the NBA finals, you have to have that. And right now, we're really not seeing it from Derrick Rose, so we'll see what happens this season.
Do you remember the draft where it was, do you take Derrick Rose or Michael Beasley with the first pick? And you could have had Kevin Love or Russell Westbrook, who should have been the first pick in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like that draft with Steph Curry. And
I know.
Looking back on some of these drafts, it really makes you scratch your head. I don't know if you saw, but Michael Beasley has re-signed with a team in China.
Sure.
So he's heading back to China.
I will say this. When I was covering college basketball in the Midwest, I saw Michael Beasley play with Kansas State. Fantastic in college. 30 a night as a freshman. You remember, he was like freshman of the year.
Yeah.
That's one of those where you do the eye test and you're like, oh, he's going to be awesome in the NBA. No. That's why you never know. You never know with these guys.
No, you never know. And Beasley's a classic example of a guy that had a lot of talent, but just couldn't put it together.
All right, before I let you go, and I appreciate you stopping by the show here at Fish Lips at the Port. You got some new girlfriend, right? And good for you, by the way. Big Rebels fan with Ole Miss, huh? And she's brainwashing you to like them? What's going on exactly?
Well, Mark, I must admit, I was in Oxford, Mississippi this past Saturday at a game, and the Rebels, they didn't quite play their best, but they beat Vanderbilt. And, I'm starting to become a Rebels fan.
Oh, no.
I didn't wear my Rebels shirt today because I didn't know how many Gator fans we were going to have here today. But, yeah, I must admit, I like the Rebels. The only team to beat Alabama in back-to-back seasons in many years. And they've got some good things happening in Oxford. So we'll see what happens on the field tomorrow in Gainesville. It's going to be a great game. I know that.
Do you have a bunch of, land sharks? Is that the shirts you got now? Is that what it is?
Yeah, land sharks and pictures of a guy with a cane. I guess that's the Rebel logo.
That's the old one. And then now there's a bear, and because they got rid of that. Yeah, exactly.
They've got a bear. My girlfriend Hope, she always complains about that bear. She wants to see him bring back the Rebels. So
no, there was a petition where they want to be the Land Sharks. You know, the nickname for the defense. They want to be that now.
Really? Well, that I wasn't aware of.
Oh man, I could see you're there on campus. You're having the cold ones. You're the beautiful woman. You're like, I could get into this. This isn't bad.
Oh, yeah, I must admit I enjoy that kind of scene. And still, the SEC West, best division in college football. They had 7 teams in the top 25. Last year, they had 5 teams in the top 10 at once, and they've won 6 out of the last 12 national championships. Best division in football.
You're not even reading off anything. Oh, you're drinking that Kool-Aid. That's exactly what this is. Drinking that Kool-Aid. Well, I root for the SEC East, my friend. The ugly half-brother of the better-looking one. What is the website they can check out to get all your stuff?
Okay, we've updated the domain. It's ultimatenbainsider.com. And if you go to the interview section, you'll hear a lot of good basketball talk from me and others, as well as my good friend Mark Moses here.
Oh, yeah, he's a good-looking guy. I know what you're talking about. He's fantastic. Great at interviews. What's it called? How can they find you on Twitter?
They can follow me at Chris Pirtle 42. That's Chris Pirtle, Pirtle 42.
Now go try those nachos over there.
Oh, those look great. I will.
Kathleen might not let you do it, but I'm gonna let you do it. Yeah, okay. She can't finish them. I'm getting updates here. Chris, thank you so much for stopping by the show, man. You have a good Friday.
Thanks, Mark. You have a great day.
All right, good stuff indeed. Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll go over everything dumb in the world of sports. It's This Day in Dumb. It's next, right here on the Mark Moses Show.